I didn't view the degree the same way mom and dad viewed it. And then I tried doing my own business while I started uni.
I was only worried that you may not have enough time to complete your degree because I always feel that grades is important.
I just somehow enjoyed the feeling of making my own money.
To me, student, you should do things that being a student, not to make money. I mean, we don't really asking him for any money, but then he just simply love money. That's the thing.
And then I remember coming home and telling you all I was switching lah. That conversation didn't go so well.
A lot of insurance agents that serve me are usually relative friends, and then halfway they quit. So I said, okay, don't serve me. I will not buy from him. Sell to somebody. If you can do that, you may be successful.
I think it's going to be a very hard job. So I feel pain. I mean, so can AI take over an agent job?
I mean, you can ask the viewers. It's not impossible. What we will be really paid for is our taste and judgment. Today, AI can generate a lot of things, but ultimately, you'll still trust the doctor more than whatever he prescribed rather than the AI.
So, oh yeah, forgot to tell you, my auntie is asking you to meet her. She wants to do her will. Yeah.
Okay. So today, I invited two of the most important people, okay, my mom and dad, and I thought of doing this for quite a while, and finally I came to do it. I think it was I procrastinated almost a year to do it, and I think this year marks the 5th year that I'm in financial advisory, and I felt like a very, very long way, and I thought that this journey has been, I wouldn't have been here if not for them also, right? That's why I also thought of like, why not? Because at the beginning of the journey, I remember how it was not easy to come to terms that I also was joining the industry. And I was like, yeah, there's no better way to help people who are also relate, like they probably can relate to my situation, and then maybe we can share like our thoughts, what happened when we first started. Yeah, so maybe mom and dad, y'all can intro yourself.
So do it yourself. Do it first.
Hi, I'm Alan, and Brian's dad. I'm working as a corporate executive. Of course, I rise to be a senior executive right now. Been at the technology industry as a sales and marketing director.
Okay.
My name is Celeste. I'm an accountant by profession. I'm a CPA.
Accountant.
So,
She's accountant.
I have been working in the past 30 years on and off out of job, to care for the family. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So mom took care of us a lot when we were young, and both of them. But mom sort of left work, slowed down from work to also take care of us. Some context to the viewers. What were your hopes for me when I was younger? Just curious.
I guess when you're younger, I don't really say that I have a specific hope, but always in my mind is so long as you can finish your education and pursue what you are good in. I think that was my hope actually. Yeah. That was really my hope. Yeah.
Okay.
So most importantly is to complete your education.
Yeah, the context of as spoken by my wife and academic is a basis of most parents. Most parents who can brought up their children, get them educated, and then find a decent job, and of course be independent.
Okay. I remember mom was like, yeah, like when I got into uni, it was sounded life changing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when he actually go into poly to do accountancy, I was very happy. I said, wow, finally someone is taking after me. And then, when he got accepted by SMU accountancy, I was elated, I must say, oh, finally, really, my wish come true. And then he finally changed it to business ed in NTU. So, but I mean, of course, I do still support him because it's still a formal education. He should just do what he really wants to. And he thinks that he can do well. I think that's the most important thing as a parents. We really hope our kids can do or flourish in whatever that they can do well.
So you were elated, and then how did you feel when I changed to business?
For me, of course, I'm a little bit disappointed lah, because I really wanted my kids to have professional degree. Yeah, that was really the hope that I have. Unlike the father say it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when I tell you about it, then like remember what's my rationale?
Your rationale on changing to school?
Like yeah, I changed to NTU.
Oh, that's because you want to shorten your education from 4 years to 3 years. I think that is a valid kind of reasons. Yeah, but as for changing from accountancy to business, I remember that you say you have enough for accountancy, so and you know that you won't like it. So I think it's hard to actually convince you.
Yeah, so I was actually I feel like I rebelled in a lot of ways.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, really rebelled, because I do not know what course he chose until the last minute before he entered the school, because he kept changing his courses and his school.
Yeah, I guess like I didn't view the degree the same way mom and dad viewed it, because like I was very hooked on like online courses, learning from many other gurus, and then tried doing like my own business also while I started uni.
Yeah.
So like, what were your thoughts? What were both of your thoughts when I first started like Trident with two other friends?
At a young age, I didn't stop you. I don't think it's not worthwhile to try out. As usual, if my kids is willing to try and know what is exposure like, I will let them try. Having said that, of course, we always caution them about the pitfall. And while you want to do something concurrent with studying, we always want to find a balance in that. So our concern is only, can you complete your degree?
Which I made a promise, right, to complete my degree.
Yeah, true.
Just not the academic level.
Yeah.
So, mom, how do you feel about it?
I was only worried that you may not have enough time to complete your degree lah, and to do well. Actually, to me, to do well is important lah, because I always feel that grades is important. Yeah. I guess on the high side, maybe it's no longer that relevant. I think I don't know what I don't know. I think that should be the word that I say. So I'm learning every day as well, because I'm also a parent, a new parent, in the sense that I'm learning every day. So I guess I cannot force my thoughts onto my kids, because I may not know what is really relevant out the world these days. I think I have to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on, as parents, we are learning. Parenting don't stop there. Even if we read on in today's context, the government are telling us that is it really necessary to pursue a degree the moment you go on the normal academic path? For Brian's case, I think it's a good experience for us. We can't deny we want the proper education, finish it up, get a job, rather than doing business halfway and then go and study, and you neither do too many things at one shot.
Yeah.
So we are a bit concerned.
Yeah.
But we have already come this path now, so we see a difference in it. So it's a learning
I
experience.
guess for me, right, I have a lot of philosophy myself, because I always think that we should just focus what we want to do. So do not do too many things at one time. You may just, drop everything and you end up with nothing. So I think that was my concern, that he taking too many things at one time during his school time, where he should be a student. So to me, student, you should do things that being a student, not to make money, we don't really asking him for any money, but then he just simply loved money. That's the thing.
Which is funny, right? Cause like, I think since young, y'all never like deprived me of things, but it's like, I just somehow enjoyed the feeling of like
Yeah,
making my own money.
that's true.
And
Because since young, you're already very entrepreneur. I can tell. High EQ, love money, and enjoy. Yeah.
later people gonna think I do things for money. Yeah. But yeah, so like when I grew the business, right, and then like it hit a high, it was doing pretty well. Then I remember like we were more stable in this whole idea of me doing my own thing already. And yeah, I think like you all was also slowly accepting me running the business. And then I remember coming home and telling you all unveiling the news that I was switching lah. And I remember that conversation didn't go so well. How like so I guess like it's also part of the whole perception of this industry. And do you all still remember that moment?
Okay, for me, right, because of my profession, I mean, I'm more number savvy. Therefore, I get to in touch with a lot of financial advisor along the way throughout my and based on our past, how we perceive the the first thought I have is I don't need to put you to university to let you become a financial advisor.
Fair.
You should have just stopped at poly and go straight. And then you don't waste that 3-4 years, That was my initial thoughts. So it was kind of devastating because I thought you could probably join some company and climb up the corporate ladder and, just like us, every one of us. I mean, you're going to be very different because no longer the 9 to 5 job. You have to serve people. I mean, serving people is not easy because I think serving industry is actually very tough.
It is.
I mean, corporate, you only need to serve one boss, but in the service industry, you got to serve everybody. I think it's going to be a very hard job. So
Yeah,
I
it
feel
is.
pain. I mean,
It's okay what?
mm,
Serve people is good what?
of course, it's good.
Yeah. They are nice clients, and they are of course more difficult people, but we all learn mah.
I just
Last time 他谈都不会讲。
我不会这样吧，没有咯，like 做什么啊？
I don't know，我哪里知道？我都没有感情。
你要有感情，你要有感
你
情。
记得你跟我讲什么吗？
你记得知道？
你记得吗？
I'm not going to buy from you.
I still was very shocked at that moment when I first said that I was going to join.
You know, the father said, I'll never buy from you.
Yeah, he stormed up the staircase back then. Yeah, and then I was left in a. I think I straight away called Simi afterwards.
You call Simi for
I
what?
called Simi for emotional support. Yeah.
我要跟你脱离关系。Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, 好。
Maybe I can hear from that.
For me,
嗯
not so similar thoughts from my wife about serving people. I mean, back then when you say you want to join a financial advisor, in our context, it's an insurance agent.
Yeah.
A real estate agent, insurance agent, like the mom said, you don't have to get a degree to do that. But today, you guys use the word financial advisor. Real estate agent use realtor. There's many new terms that I'm learning. I read a lot, I learn a lot, I'm exposed to many people. Probably from our context, I've seen many insurance agents serving us, friends. Even my wife, sister used to be insurance, they quit. So one perspective of it is that not many people is able to sustain serving the business, and then they quit. So my take back was that why I was a bit upset, and I said to my son, a lot of insurance agents that serve me are usually related, relative, friends, and then halfway they quit. So I said, okay, don't serve me. I will not buy from him. Try and sell to somebody. If you can do that, you may be successful. That was probably my first take on that, and a very real fact that I want to test him that you are serious, you want to go there, don't sell me, sell to somebody else.
Yeah. I still remember I told him, you know, when you just started, please do not approach any of my friends or my relatives without my permission. Because only when you're very certain that you're going to stay in this industry, then you can approach them. Otherwise, I don't want to be the person to go and apologize to my relative and friends for my son quitting on their, you know, serving them halfway and then just quit. So that was what I tell him. So I guess it gave him a lot of hard time because he has no way to approach my friends and my relatives.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean that taught me a lot also, because I think that's the industry like recruitment pitch, right? To a lot of people, like get into the business, sell to your closest friends, to your family. But ultimately, I think we also want to help them be sustainable, and that way the industry can evolve and get better. Which I was also sold the idea that we could make this industry better lah.
I mean, of course, I do, you know, after going through several rounds with Brian, I get to understand that, you know, these days, financial advisors also need to be really qualified. The services that they provide is much more than in the past where they just push product to us. So it's more like more encompassing and more complete service. Therefore, it is totally a different kind of like mindset that we have to change lah. So I guess that was also a everyday learning, like what I tell you, that I also start learning from him, you know, what are this industry about and what are the extra additional value add that they are providing instead of just product pushing. Because I know how to read the policy myself. I can approach whichever company I want to buy. So I don't need to.
Great financial advisor.
I don't need to. I don't need to really.
Also.
Yeah, I mean, so normally when I would need a product, I will just look through what I need and then I go and approach the company that I want. Of course, if I get agent that I know of from that company, I will go to that company. That is how I have been
She's my
approaching.
most difficult customer till date. Yeah, but very yeah, it taught me a lot lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the standard. Yeah.
But I also told Brian, right, like, if you really want to get into this industry, you don't just think about making money, but also be sincere and really wants to help people. I think only when you're sincere, people can feel it. Then, you know, the trust will be there. Therefore, it will go on a long way. And instead of just pushing product, because that is not the way to be a good agent. I mean, this is how I feel. Yeah.
I would like to say that he managed to win back the trust. What Brian came back that I was a bit confused. I mean, convinced by the fact when I say I don't buy from him, but Brian didn't sell me a product. Actually, Brian come back to me, facing me as a dad and a family. He started with about my retirement plan, will making. That's something I dare to say I'm willing to share because he's my son and my family. So that part of it is very real. It's very real that we don't talk about buying anything, but my afterlife, what will happen after I die. So that conversation makes me very real. That as what the mother say, you want to serve somebody. So it become a son and father talk about my afterlife, my retirement, etc. So from that perspective, he picks up a lot of know-how and the conversation start. So okay, you go and try. I mean that's something we didn't see from product perspective, that we have a conversation as a family about what's really our financial needs from here.
But I also do appreciate lah for him because you know he's going to be one of the beneficiaries. So he's always very cautious about, you know, being like open with the brothers and the sister, which I think I'm very glad about it lah, because at least he really has that as a benefit of the family rather than, you know, talking about himself, you know, like, oh, you know. So I think that is something that's very comforting because I think he does has the high EQ that, you know, he understands that he has to be very diplomatic in approaching this matter because after all, right, he's one of the beneficiaries. He will be one of the beneficiaries.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I always felt like there's this book called Die with Zero, but I think many Singaporeans won't do it. I think y'all ultimately love us a lot, so y'all would plan a lot to take care of us. But there are like people in the US that they will like, wow, spend all the way to the last cent and die with zero. But
I will consider.
I think never, yeah, I never had that expectation, but appreciate that. Yeah. Actually, when I joined, right, what was were y'all like worried about how people or society would judge? Like, because I know Tucker and Claire had they are great in their academics. They will get a good corporate job. Our family also do have many lawyers. They have done very well in
Yeah.
their
Scholar
jobs.
also.
Yeah,
Scholar and
so they all feel
lawyer.
that pressure when I reviewed about doing this, and it was so unconventional. I probably think that, yeah, in the entire family, at least for that side, there's no one who's really in a self-employed job.
Correct. I mean, for me, I feel one thing is I don't really like, I mean, I'm not comfortable is that you don't follow us, work 9 to 5. When we are free, you're not free. When we are not free, you're free. So that kind of things that is like, it stood out lah. So, I mean, hopefully when you get settled down more and then you can make your own timing better, hopefully you can make up for that lah.
Yeah.
That is something that is very different. Not so much about the pressure. I don't really.
But you are going to be retired already, what?
No,
You'll be very free.
no, I still think I can still contribute to the society, so I won't be so free. I mean, debt free as what you say. Yeah. But I mean, so the thing is not so much about pressure being people know that, you know, it's a financial advisor.
Yeah.
But I just think that sometimes there's a stigma there. Whenever you tell people my son is a financial, they would think that you want to approach them. So then I try to avoid that because I would just say, oh, my son is with AIA. If you need any product with AIA, let me know. But I think recently Papa did give me some thoughts that I think maybe I should also change my way of talking. I will also want to tell people, oh, hey, actually my son is doing very well in AIA and he's very well versed and very knowledgeable. Would you want to talk to him? I think that is something that he has, you know, managed to sink into my mind. And I tell myself that, yeah, actually I'm too 谦虚了, too modest about your achievements. So I should be more, you know, give you more support. That's what I think.
Don't have to be from AIA, ma.
Don't have to be from AIA. Oh, of course lah. I know. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so that was what Papa teach me. Like I said, in fact, he always push your name to his colleagues during lunchtime. That's what he said.
Didn't know that.
No, if I were to take back that journey, as usual, I don't really compare the other son and my daughter. When Brian jumped into this industry, I only want a very clear understanding how is he able to get the financial aspect of it, means to say his earning income. Where do he want to move from this level? So I get to understand where his path was. From a starting agent, then he's tried to explain to me the scheme of commission and then where it goes to hit the director, associate director, etc. So I get an understanding, and there is a path that you want to be a sole star player or management scheme, etc. So that what we know is a pyramid scheme, but it is not. It is something like a scheme that he wanted this management path, which we use the word when he was doing his business, talking about scalability. So he always tell me it can be scale up, scale up. So I said you have to manage a team. I'm managing a team in a corporate life. You have to not only talk to your client, you have to talk to your staff, your people, and growing as a team is not easy. So from that conversation, of course, she continued to sell. uh, I get to know my son that he wanted to manage a group of people. He didn't do very well during his entrepreneurship of his own business, but
I did
that
pretty
path
well.
itself shows me he want to be a leader. So I'm glad he's doing it right now. He's able to achieve something that he have more or less planned through. So that is something good.
Actually, a fun fact, you didn't know. Actually, I went to ask one of your cousin because Ling Wei is also in insurance industry. I still remember having a chat with her. I said, "Hey, how he wants to be a agent, and then is there any fallback or not?" Then she still tell me, I think can maybe next time can go to insurance company and do underwriter and etc. So I still try to find a insurance for you, like in case you cannot make it though, because the income it may not be stable, and then it is not something that you can get regularly with CPF. And Amma tell me, hey, bo CPF like can or not? Then I still remember somebody else called me and say, hey, how come your son wants to be an agent? You want to like dissuade him or not, so that he can get a regular job. So that kind of thing. Although it's not putting me a pressure, but they do have advice from other people, like the elder generation. They are very concerned about the regular stable income, the CPF, etc. So that's why I always tell you, remember to contribute a CPF, at the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the stability definitely came at a price lah. At the start of the career, like I think I put in a lot more hours than a regular 9 to 5 person, and that's why it creates that stability which is an illusion of that stability also lah. I mean, in a job nowadays, like how many people can get laid off, how many people can AI is like taking over so many industries. And I guess, yeah, I mean,
So can AI take over an agent job?
I mean, you can ask the viewers. I think it's difficult. It's not impossible, but I would think that
Yeah.
maybe ultimately, I think what we will be really paid for is our taste and judgment lah. Today AI can generate a lot of things, but it's ultimately, when it comes to someone who's like a doctor, you'll still trust the doctor more that whatever he prescribed rather than the AI. So I would like to think that if the reputation of someone is good, and then their prescription will still be more trusted lah.
Sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think I did badly for the business, but also going back to what Dad talked about, right?
I remember you say it cannot be scaled up. That's the thing. That's the reason.
It was a different direction of scaling
Difficult to scale.
from my other partners back then.
Mm.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm still glad they are still doing well.
Yes.
And then in terms of this stability, they all feel that they all can all see that it's stable.
At least your allowance to me is stable now. So so I mean I'm glad that it's stable coming in.
Okay.
Thank you for gyroing every month.
Actually, at what point do y'all feel like y'all felt that I could make it? And since we were on the topic of stable, like besides the gyro lah, like well, at what
He's
point y'all
just
feel?
kidding.
At what point do y'all feel like I could sustain in this industry? Was there
You
any
want to
particular?
start first?
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
Or when do y'all feel okay for me to finally talk to people around us?
I think recognition in the industry. Uh, what $1 million club, right? MRIT.
or MDRT. Okay,
MDRT.
that was what
Yeah.
first year lah.
To do that in the first year is not easy. I see that you are pretty serious.
Yeah.
I've seen many of the agents that serve me, a little bit old school, but some of them achieve it. But in the first year for my son at that age, I am a little bit impressed. I'm impressed. Then, as I said, we have that career path, and I keep checking back, where is your next path, where is the next path, and yeah, third year now you're a director, right? So I would assume that more or less you are coming close to where you plan. So we use that plan, do check action, or you do have a plan and you arrive it. But that is something I don't call it vicious cycle, but it's something you have a plan and then you achieve it, then I believe there's a traction to it. What do you think?
For me, I mean, yeah lah, it's true lah. I think after seeing that he can still continue for 2 years, that's why I say, okay, if you want to approach some of the relative or whatever, then do go ahead. Yeah. So that was when I give him the green light lah. I see that he's really serious, then I give him the green light. So honestly, right, I think his first 2 years, first few years, I think it's not very easy because he cannot approach actually any of the relative. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a criteria I gave
When
to
I
him.
graduated, do you all think that I would still be around? You all never really asked me whether I was gonna find a job.
You already started. I mean, of course, when you want to take LOA, we say no lah, because we just want you to finish your formal education. And to me, right, doing an internship as a consultant is not really something that is
That's one kind of
necessary.
food. I parked my internship under some other company.
Oh, really? But you never do LOA, ma.
Yeah lah, but I was supposed to do a compulsory internship, but I didn't do it. Sorry, NTU.
NTU sure compulsory, man. I thought to NUS.
Summer have. All school got
Oh,
their
I
program.
see. This fella, I don't know how he wiggle his way out.
But I had a mortgage broking company that took me in.
So
I give him
Okay,
business
yeah.
ma.
Yeah.
okay. So I mean, for me, right, when I get to see that he can even take his professor as his client, I was kind of like, okay, this guy not too bad. Still can manage to get his professor to be his client. I mean, kind of like surprised me lah. I mean, I didn't know that he will go into that that route to talk to even his professor. I mean, yeah. So
Yeah. I was surprised too, but it was
yes, somehow he managed to get banker to even buy from him. I mean, to me, normally it's very hard to sell to financial institutions people like banker and
say sell, recommend.
Oh, sorry, recommend. Yeah, sorry for my old school kind of lingo.
It's okay. You're not wrong either.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, knowing the different kind of professions become his clients, I mean, it makes me feel that, yeah, he's really serious about it. And then it's time that, he should help the family members, like at least some of the relatives who really needs help. Because sometimes for us, right, we just buy 1 or 2 policy and then we just forget about it and thinking that we are really covered. But then I always tell him, please make sure people are health policy covered before you sell even any other thing. And everybody has the income different level, so do make sure that people can have the bread first before we talk about insurance, because it's something that is an add-on. It's not like it's also like not really the real critical one, unlike the health insurance. So
Don't you think she'll be a great financial advisor?
I always tell him, right, don't push product that has high commission. You must push what is the needs and what really benefit the person. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, maybe we go on to today. How do you define what do you feel a good financial advisor? Since you were talking about the first health and then everything else is a bonus. Maybe you want to share?
I think when I was younger, I do have a very reliable, trustworthy kind of close friend, being a insurance agent. So I guess I learned quite a lot from her. I learned quite a lot from a few, very well-known kind of insurance agent. That there are different types of policies and at what stage you would need. So I'm actually relatively familiar, and I do things
So what do
that
you think a good FA now must be able to do that is
I think not
zai
only
enough?
enough, really to be a very comprehensive kind of service, not just pushing product, to make sure that all areas are being cared for, and besides planning the retirement, the basic fundamental needs has to be taken care of first. And of course, some people may have less to spare than the others. Then try to stretch the dollars. Stretch the dollar is important. Yeah. Then retirement planning, I think.
For me, a good financial advisor, because in today's world, talking back the topic on AI, there is a lot of self-help services. The financial, how do you say, the financial literacy of
People, yeah.
today's society is quite high,
Yeah.
and different asset class, from a very middle low income to a very high net worth. So if you are serving your different classes of people, you as a financial advisor must be above that value that you can contribute. If not, nobody use you. That is my thought. So, as I said, do away with insurance agent. I clearly, vividly come across that money talk starts from me and my son on the wheel. I'm still cutting articles and giving to
Every
Brian.
week I receive
Almost
one.
every weekend, you see Sunday Times, there's one portion of Money Talks. Why Sunday Times do that? I believe the financial literacy is not enough. That's where AI can serve you. That's where somebody must be willing to go out there and talk to somebody of different asset class. But if you are not above that asset class, then you can't face what they need. A very high net worth guys will say, I know everything. So that's something I think today's financial advisor has to really live up to their value. That's my expectation.
I think for AI, right, you also need to know what you want to ask. If you do not know how to phrase and ask the right question, you may not get the right answer. So AI cannot help you if you do not know what you don't know.
That is true. Yeah. So talking about like the value and the help, right? Naturally we are in a sales commission kind of job. So naturally everyone will feel like we are always selling something.
Yeah.
But like how do y'all feel the sales aspect and like are we actually helping versus or adding value versus just selling? How will y'all feel naturally about it? Just like when y'all are approached by a real estate agent, y'all approached by bankers.
Don't just push product. I think that would be one thing that you can show that you're really, I mean, if the needs can be met by another company policy, by all means, please go ahead. I can just guide you and help you out. I think that would be something that people will realize that you're not just simply selling, but you're offering advice.
Yeah.
And then not to be afraid of competition.
Yeah.
As long as your company can give good product, right? I think it will be easier for you guys to introduce the policy to people. So I think ultimately it's still you need to have a good products on hand in order to
I come from the angle of you have to win the initial trust. Okay, it's not easy. What we really do from my wife Celeste just put across is that how open your next client is able to provide you all their database means how many insurance they have on hand. what's their bank account, how much money. This is not easy first step. But having that, as you asked me, if I go and see a RM in the bank, I don't tell them what insurance I have. I only tell, they knows how much I have in the bank. Another 2 more banks, how much I have. So to really be able to openly know this person, at least from the start, what we really provide Brian is we show him all our current policies we have. You restructure them, you say what is the need at this age, at this time. That is probably the first basic step. Then, like I said, don't push your product. Means to say you have Great Eastern now, you have all this, your coverage, this, how much. That portion, as a basic, you have to convince your next client to do that. If not, it's very difficult to talk about the next need.
Yeah.
Okay, I think will doing is one aspect, yes, but for the youngsters today, you really have to ask your customer or next customer to open up really what they have. To be frank, not many people are very well covered.
Yeah.
Even they have a policy, they just say I have a policy. They don't even know the detail of this policy can meet the future needs. So we do that exercise as a family. I think mom did a good job. So you are
Yeah,
very easy to
mom
see
did
the
very good planning
whole
for
aspect
us.
of it.
But I think maybe for me, right, I also feel that the challenge is not just about people trusting you. There's a lot of competition out there. Example, banks, they do sell insurance.
Yeah, they are all selling the same products.
And the thing is, bank give you extra perks which an insurance company cannot. Example, fixed D rates, better loan rates, better fixed D rates, better service rate, ang pao, money changing. So you have a lot of competition out there. So it's not so simple lah.
Deep down, she likes the bank. Yeah. Which I think is good lah. Like the competition makes it makes the whole everybody need to level up ma.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Healthy competition is always good. Yeah.
And I mean the products we all sell are honestly very similar lah, I would say. Yeah.
True.
Which ultimately I think what Dad mentioned was very true, that a lot of people don't know what they have. A lot of people are overpaying for certain premiums. They never look through it. I mean, I got met so many other clients, right, that have also like faced this before. I mean, it's like PDPA, but it's a very real problem, even for high net worth actually. Yeah. So even my most high net worth clients I met have, yeah, they pay 20,000-30,000 a year, but they don't know what they are covered for. Yeah, there are such clients that I met. And I think ultimately what Dad mentioned about the trust and the value is very important lah. Yeah, and a lot of us, and also the part about what Mom mentioned, which is whether we are able to advise clients even if they don't buy from us, which we are very objective when it comes to whatever platform
I
that
think that's important to show
have
your
lah.
integrity. I think integrity is very important.
Yep.
Anything that you do, yeah.
The other angle that I thought through, that also from Brian, I mean, is you have to have the cross network. In today's financial world, cross network is quite important. You bring Christine to us, who is a realtor. He's expert in real estate.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the other aspect is that if you bring lawyers with you, a crew of lawyers, to talk about LPA. Last week you just showed LPA or whatever, the needs from the legal aspect of your life. So on the broad spectrum, if you have this network around what you're selling as a finance, that is the value. To me, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I may be interested in property, but this guy is interested from the legal aspect of certain things. That if you can help from certain angles, that is the basic, not money talk. That is the basics that I believe some of the real world is looking at. Okay, so that angle, I feel a financial advisor. When you say a financial advisor, you have to look from different angle or aspect. So if your companies has all this network, and you can say one-stop service to provide all these needs, then it can bring you in the next level.
I think this is a new kind of concept to me. I think, I thought, quite interesting actually.
Better than a bank or not?
Yeah.
Bank also
I
have
mean,
lawyer. Bank also have
it takes a
lawyers.
long while for you to
You also
break.
need banks, what? I'm
Yeah
sure
lah.
you also work with banks,
But
so it's the same.
but I'm still number one lah. Hor.
Yeah. Because you're my son. Yeah.
To like the parents who maybe maybe the guy that I'm like someone that I'm talking to say, oh, want to join the industry, then what would you say to these parents that from your this journey and this experience?
For me, I would say is that okay, first they must the child, right, they must have some passions and really wants to do people serving, like client facing kind of job, and 24/7 to people, and willing to really do hard work and discipline. Then I think probably they can let them try. Yeah. If the kids are really, very sure that they want to do all this, then I think it's worthwhile giving them a chance to try lah. And then of course set a timeline to say, okay, by when we should review and see if you are going to make it. If not, please change and go for a job. Yeah. You?
Hmm?
You?
To use the word passion, you must really like what you're doing. But the word passion, I always tell Brian, comes with hard work. So you are in the service industry. So right now, as a service industry, as I said, you have to value add. So professionally, if you are able to value add, of course, and the child is interested to talk to people. Why I say so? To join into this industry, you are probably more interested in the perks. Means to say you put this hard work, you get this commission. That is something you probably want to link the financial aspect. So a lot of parents may have very negative about this financial aspect, the stability, because the moment you stop selling, you don't get the income. That's somehow some parents are a little bit negative to allow their children to go there, because you join a job, you finish your work, you get paid end of the month. Here, if your hands stop moving, probably you don't get paid. So that stigma of stability incomes comes with what mommy say, give a timeline. Means to say 2 years I try, I'm young, in 2 years you must reach certain goal, and then show. And most parents, I think it's still a decent job. To me, it's still a decent job. So they should let them
I
try
think
if
it's
they
not just a
it.
decent job, it's a proper job, but it's a professionally kind of trained because they are
Sure
professional
not.
on the
Yes,
product.
Sure
Yes.
not.
Yeah lah. So, okay, can I just say one sentence? 行行出状元. So that is, I think it was some, you don't know?
Can you teach me?
行行出状元, you know? You don't know? Okay.
Explain to us what's
行行出状元 means all trades, they will emerge some kind of like scholar. You don't need to be like a doctor or lawyer. Every trade itself will have some professional and the cream of the crop. Yeah. So 行行出状元.
Yeah.
So
I hope.
yeah. So I think that's will maybe put the parent more at ease lah. I think if you don't try, you will never know. So at least you let him try, and if he say that in the end he tell you that he cannot, then he will move on. If you don't let him try, and then he will keep lingering the mind and say that if I had done this, maybe I would have done this, I would have gotten this. So I guess sometimes we just have to let them trust their instinct and let them go. Yeah.
Yeah, we have come to a stage that if we look back, some of our friends who are in the industry, I mean in financial advisory industry, they are already recruiting their children to join them.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, when we share as a husband and wife, I say, hey, Stephen, Stacy, they are well known that have been in the industry since we are in the school days.
Yeah. To be honest.
And
yes.
now they are also, as parents, I believe their next generation is joining them. So I think it's not just a decent industry.
Yeah, it's a business.
Something
It's
that
a business.
it is worthwhile trying if you really like it.
Okay. That's nice. Nice to hear that. So
My allowance got increased. Can I increase my allowance or some bonus?
you can join me.
I, I'm not comfortable with client facing. It's not that I don't want to join, but I just don't not comfortable with client facing. Yeah. But
So
drink tea can, but not to talk about insurance, but talk about some other
Full
stuff.
cold, you know.
I'm fine.
so if we were to go back to when I first started, what do y'all think we could have done differently as a family?
Maybe could have supported you even faster,
Is it?
allowing you to talk to the relative at the to open a floodgate for you, or to pave the way for you.
Sure.
Yeah. No lah, but you need to test first. I still need to test you.
So do y'all feel like after I joined the industry, y'all have any new perspectives if y'all can put it into like
Yeah.
something short and sweet?
In the past, I think financial advisor probably is someone who's couldn't find a job and then they join as a like a like a alternative insurance kind of thing. But this day I realized that after your education, I realized that it has to be at least a graduate and with certain literacy kind of knowledge. So it's not really just a pushing product kind of job, but really with understanding of the terms and conditions and all the contract stuff, and to work with lawyers to do all the wills and drafting estate and etc. So I guess this is really a new so-called new eye-opening for me. It's a very comprehensive kind of financial aspect advisor to people lah. So it's no longer just a product pushing kind of job. So yeah, indeed, I do have a different perspective. I mean, I'm proud to tell people, my son is a advisor, and please approach him if you have any issue or question or you need help. So oh yeah, forgot to tell you, my auntie is asking you to meet her. She wants to do her will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You?
Me?
Any difference?
Lots of difference.
Lots of difference.
The current context of so many social media, guys like Brian started videographing, podcasting, webinar. You don't have that in Maltam.
Yeah.
Agent will just say, I want to come to your home and blah, blah, blah. And I don't even know him. But such exposure is quite important. Like I said, if you really want to provide services, of course, you guys train your associate, you will go for the training program. You are attending weekend courses. This is to skill up. But that perspective is very different. But whatever you all do in webinars and talks, when you really face a crime, you must really demonstrate that level that you are capable of what you are saying.
Yeah.
Because the previous agent and now quite different.
Previously, yeah.
Previously is quite different.
Whenever like now I'm doing Chinese New Year gifting, my mother will always ask me,
No, I said in the past, the agents doesn't really send any gift to us. I mean,
Not
that
diary and calendars, the usual
but
stuff.
I mean, not that kind of like level of like I do not know, because I just don't understand, because as an accountant I do a lot of costing, and I will ask about how many hours you need to do to close this particular job. So it's like, although you say that the commission is very good, but actually the number of hours that you spend to follow on the client is a lot, and it can be many hours, because I do sometimes get agent that follow me, and I feel very bad that not buying from him or her after she followed me for several years even. So therefore I think it's not just, it is really very different kind of ball game, as compared to employee. So me being a very conservative person is really very hard to come to terms, until you really have this experience your own son, where you get to talk, the benefits, the remuneration that he's going to get, the kind of like rewards that he's going to get. So yeah, so this is really real lah.
I think like my mindset to this is always that like whatever like right now it's in a short time frame, and maybe I also wouldn't know what's the ROI of everything,
True.
but it's very hard to count that that ROI. And
Sorry for my job
no,
hazard.
which is fair enough, because I guess when you look left and right, then what you mentioned earlier about competitors, the platform, and we always ask ourselves, what can we do better? Of course, the value we give isn't just the gifts. The gifts are always a bonus. But I also think that it's yeah lah, the long term horizon is a very different perspective for people who also join the industry. They also need to understand that so many things are changing ma. Yeah, so I mean that's something that I hope that we will also get better lah in this industry.
Because when you portray yourself being very well, rewarded, right? But actually behind there's a lot of
It's
hours
true, it's
clocking.
true. A lot of
You need to
hours.
be very disciplined,
Yeah.
because you can choose to sleep in the bed or to wake up to
Yes.
do cold call, to do your work.
No,
So
no cold call. No cold call in our agency.
I know, but I mean, to do a lot of like work, talk to people. So I guess you need to be very disciplined, because I think everything is hard work. But even when we work, we also got hard work, because we have to clock in overtime to finish our deadline. So it's a
Yeah, you
different
work very
kind
hard
of.
when you were in
When I was
Pepsi.
young lah, when I was
You
young.
work until 9. I remember you work until 9 every
No,
day.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You work until very late at night.
Because accountants' life are always. That's why he don't want to be an accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then from the thoughts of mom talking about feeling very bad when certain agent or certain of this financial advisor following you, I have a very deep thought on why they are not successful.
Don't say that.
No, I have a big thought because
Don't
I'm
say-
still
Say.
seeing people giving brochure, come sit down, take a test in shopping mall. I ever asked Brian, these are young chap, why are they doing this? Brian said it's one possible way to get leads. I'm in the sales and marketing. Getting leads is not easy. Somebody follow you 1 year, you don't buy anything from him. That anger, you know why. You must know why. It don't have a good trigger to have a conversation. I put it that way. There's no trigger to have a conversation. As I said, you conduct webinar, you conduct a lot of talk show and all this. It has to draw certain target audience that is attracted to what you can provide. I attend a lot of webinar. I will always feedback. They will always prompt me multiple email. I will still respond to it. And the next good question this person asks me, you will get an appointment. I think that is something in sales is not easy. So you guys really have to find a very good excuse to enter somebody to open up. So that's the
That's an
part that
excuse lah.
I'm in the sales and marketing. So
Opportunity.
Excuse.
Opportunity.
yeah.
Angle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you have that chance to talk and you talk nonsense, then so be it is not going to bring you the next appointment or next possibility. Like I said, that's where the angle of the new perspective of a FA has really had to live up to what they are showing in all the talk shows.
If we were to end everything in one sentence, and
One sentence.
Yeah.
One sentence.
yeah, if we can end this in one sentence on like what this whole journey taught us, and then and how we grew together as a family. I think for me, I definitely know better about like their finances and a lot of other things after I joined the industry. I probably wouldn't be so, I wouldn't tap so much lah if I'm not in the industry. Yeah. But then what would be the one sentence that maybe it taught all of us and from this whole journey?
For me, I think times will tell lah. So, as long as we just 脚踏实地 and do our job, right? I think the payoff will be there lah, and then we will see the result. I think basically it just has to be really using your own heart to just work on it, and the thing will just come by itself. Yeah. So don't think too much sometimes. Yeah. Just chong. You?
Me, like I said, it's a different world right now. Every job as a profession is a decent job. Like what Mami just said, if you show your heart to serve somebody and genuine, I believe you will be successful. So there should not be a stigma that is a insurance agent anymore. I feel if you use the word financial advisor, money talk, everybody is interested in money talk. It's just how from the angle you enter, and this profession deserve to be recognized. Okay, because somehow from the medical aspect and everything, you can see that insurance are quite important
I think it's
component of
very
our life.
important. It's very important. I think
I've been telling Brian what the minister is talking about when we have to reduce this medical here and there, IP, all this. So these are something a lot of people still doesn't know. So I think
True.
this profession deserve a little bit of recognition. That's my thought.
My one sentence would be, well, I can't do it in one sentence.
yeah, you give us very hard task, then you say multiple sentence yourself. Fair or not?
Raymond. Yeah. I think the first sentence is like this journey definitely taught me. I feel like the job was also like somewhat created for me in the sense where I was always good in numbers. I like talking to people, and if I really take away the stigma, I probably would have joined the industry even earlier. I think I held back from joining this 2 or 3 years before I started, also because of the whole stigma and the fear of this judgment if I were to join and how you all would feel. But looking back, I think that I'm very thankful that you all embraced me doing what I do, and I think I finally felt that emotional support when I maybe 2 years after I joined the industry, which I think that was like something that was the most important for me lah, because like I because I really think that it wasn't the money support or like buying from me that mattered to me the most. It was more like the validation that I felt I really chased for in this industry, that I wanted to prove that I can do well lah. Yeah, that was something that it gave me a lot of strong push. So you all definitely fueled me to work harder, and that made me like also help me achieve. Technically, it did lah. It did help me achieve what I want to achieve in the industry, which y'all probably never seen it from that perspective. But I think that was a very huge part that made me, leave my hall at 8 a.m. every day, or either to go class or to go to work. And I would be in office until 9 p.m. That were all the things that I think at the back of my mind is like, by the time I graduate, I must do well enough for mom and dad to know that I'm not just another like insurance agent. Yeah. Yeah. So like this whole episode, I mean, I think I tell this to all the people who are young people who are joining also, which the industry isn't easy, but I think it can be rewarding and fulfilling if you do the right things lah. Yeah. And y'all taught me to do the right thing. Y'all taught me to definitely put in the effort, which I definitely think that that way this whole industry can get better lah. Yeah, which this episode taught me that yeah, it's okay that at the start we didn't had the differences, but I think like after I think like I think after I achieved COT, and then I saw their video, then I felt a lot more like rest assured. That was like 1 year after graduation. Yeah, I think I was still having like the fear, of that, not doing up to expectations also. But yeah, I'm thankful lah that I felt like I think I got meet some of your expectations lah. Yeah, enough to be around for a long time lah. Yeah, that was my takeaway from this whole episode lah.
Thank you for the
Okay.
discussion.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here and supporting me on my journey. Yeah, it's been a great journey.